So if you're thinking about investing in Nigerians real estate, the first question should not be about how much you make, but how safe your investments really are. So today, we'll be talking about why Abuja is still Nigerians' safest property market and why cautious investors choose it over other cities and other asset classes. So my name is Dozie, and this channel is about helping you make smart, calm, and profitable real estate decisions in the city of Abuja. No hype, no guessing, just the reality of the market today, with examples, with data, and real comparison to other investments. So what does safe really mean? So when we say safe, we are talking about capital security, legal certainty, and durable demand, not just high returns. Many investments can be risky and profitable. What you want is an asset that is resilient, not just volatile and unpredictable. So let's start with actual data. Across Abuja in 2025, property prices has been strong. Typical annual price appreciation citywide is around 10 to 25%, driven by demand outpacing supply. However, in some of the new corridors in the city, you have increase of between 100% to 150% in the last 1 year. But growth isn't only about averages. Certain areas are actually booming. Katampia Extension, for example, saw about 95% year-over-year increase due to infrastructure and development. Jahi, on the other hand, was able to boast of about 35 to 40% growth as it evolves into a key residential and commercial hub. Meanwhile, more established districts like Maitama and Asokoro see stable, steady growth of 10 to 15% annually, showing broad-based demand. So why is demand so strong in Abuja? Abuja is not just another city. It is the capital city of Nigeria, home to the federal government's institutions, embassies, multinational offices, diplomats, and so many high professionals. This creates steady, resilient demand because people must live and work here. It's not just speculative demand that appears when the market slows. It's structural demand. Population in recent years has been significant. The city adds over 186,000 new residents annually, creating continuous pressure on housing supply. Security and safety. This isn't just hype. Safety matters in real estate. Abuja consistently records low crime rates than any other major Nigerian cities. Lower crime increases demand because people want to live and work here. Diplomats, expatriates, and retirees often select Abuja because it's perceived as secure, stable, and well-planned. Like, I have a couple of investors that have moved from the southern part of Nigeria coming to relocate in Abuja because of the insecurity in the southern part of Nigeria. These are individuals that are from this location, the south, but they choose to come stay in Abuja as retirees because of the safety, the serenity, the quietness, and most of all, the security. Infrastructure is a safety boost. Infrastructure isn't just comfort, it creates value and safety. Right now, major transportation improvements like expanded road networks and potential rail extensions are making areas that were once remote closer and more desirable. What that does is it reduces vacancy risk and increases the liquidity of properties, which is a form of safety itself. Comparison with Lagos. Now let's compare with Lagos, Nigeria's biggest market. So Lagos offers high liquidity and strong return, but it comes with higher crime, higher insurance costs, and more volatile submarkets. So according to recent industry data, Abuja residential rental yields are around 6 to 10%, while Lagos averages 4 to 8%. Abuja also reports lower crime per capita, about 3 times less than that of Lagos, especially in key districts. That means investors in Abuja enjoy higher yield and lower risk, even if total price appreciation in Lagos can be occasionally higher. Rental demand and cash flow safety. Another safety measure is rental demand. So in central districts like Gwarimpa, Wuse, and Maitama, rental rates are growing because tenants are consistently moving here for work. schooling, and governmental jobs. Rental growth of 20 to 30% in some areas not only support cash flow for landlords, it protects the investment during downturns when capital appreciation stops. Another major cash flow safety for real estate in Abuja is we see a lot of properties being used for the conventional Airbnb being turned to apartments and producing yields of over 200 to 300% yield, higher than that of what rentals produce on a yearly basis. This has caused a lot of investors to look into Abuja because Abuja has a whole lot of people that are interested in the luxurious and a life of comfort. These properties are one that is good for weekends, for hangouts, and for some kind of parties here and there. So let's talk about relative safety compared to other popular investments. The stocks. The Nigerian stock market can outperform real estate in good years, sometimes over 30% annual gains, but is highly volatile. Prices can swing up and down with economic cycles. For bonds and fixed income, bonds may return 12 to 16% annually, solid, but they don't protect against inflation and don't give you physical assets. However, real estate in Abuja gives you tangible assets that you can see and you can use. It gives you rental income from the cash flow. It gives you appreciation over time. It's also relatively stable in downturns. This entire mix makes it one of the safety vehicles for long-term wealth in Nigeria, especially if you value low risks over speculative upside. So let's look at the common risk around real estate. And you know, of course, no market is perfect. Some common concerns are flood risks in low-lying estates, and this is because Abuja is made up of hills and valleys. Some of the valley locations are not profitable and are still sold out. There's a lot of scams from unverified sellers in the city of Abuja. There's a lot of misunderstanding around documentations with the FCDA and AMAC as two different authorization bodies giving out land in the city of Abuja. But unlike many other cities, the Federal Capital Territory has structured planning, building controls, and governmental-led infrastructural projects that reduce this risk over time. So let's recap on why Abuja remains Nigeria's safest property market. Number one, steady, broad-based price growth across districts. Number two, strong rental demands and yields. Number three, lower crime rates and a safer living environment. Number four, infrastructural boosts accessibility and value. And number five, comparatively safe versus stocks and versus bonds and fixed income. So if you're serious about long-term wealth with lower risk, Abuja real estate deserves your attention. Subscribe for more real estate reality checks and investment frameworks.